Will NXT survive the draft? How did SmackDown do last night? And what had JBL go off on Twitter? All that and more, guys, on the best wrestling show here on YouTube. Guys, stay tuned for the 2 count. What is going on, guys? Welcome to the 2 count, the best show on YouTube, guys. I am Richard Roberts, host of Stats, Hats, and Coffee, guys. And before we get started, please smash that like button, guys. Subscribe if you're new, and please follow the show on Twitter at Stats, Hats, and Coffee. We got a pretty good show, a must-watch today, guys. Will NXT survive the draft? What made JBL go off on Twitter today? And how did SmackDown do last night? We're going to start with NXT and the draft. And guys, here's the thing. We all know it's coming up, the draft between Raw and SmackDown. And it is killing me inside that we don't have all the information yet. I mean, we obviously know that both Raw and SmackDown are going to be without half of the talent on one show because they're going to be separated into 2 different shows. So they're gonna be without half their talent on each of their shows, and I mean, that just puts more pressure on, your main guys, your main eventers, your guys like Seth Rollins, John Cena, AJ Styles, Roman Reigns when he comes back, the current WWE World Heavyweight Champion Dean Ambrose. And it also puts pressure on those guys like R-Truth, Goldust, Fandango, Big Show. Those guys that are hardly ever on television anymore, we're probably not even going to see them again. Who knows? We just don't know. And the WWE is trying to reach out to get people like MVP, like Carlito, and many others, just to make sure that they have enough talent that they don't kill the NXT roster. And I mean, right now, NXT is, I think it's better, and I mean better than the main roster, than WWE, than Raw and SmackDown, and fans love it. Fans love NXT. They're getting very good response, but, I mean, what are you going to do when you got to bring up all these guys from NXT? Is it going to kill NXT? Is it going to deprive them out of their roster? And I don't get it. I should be happy about this. So should all the other fans out there, because we all love the fact that these guys that are in the WWE right now, that are on the main event, that are on top, guys like Dean Ambrose, guys like Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, guys like the Wyatt family, all those guys, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, all those guys came from NXT. It's not like they came from an indie promotion or somewhere else, or a return in WWE star going right to the top. I don't like that. I don't like when people come back into the WWE or from an indie promotion go right to the top. I didn't like it when they did it with AJ Styles. I think they pushed him way too hard, and that what caused the heel turn, because people were already getting sick of AJ Styles. They did it to guys like Rob Van Dam. He came back, didn't go right to the top, but he went right to the upper mid card, and fans got sick of him. He became Job Van Dam, and then it's so on and so on. And everyone just loves the fact that all these guys that are in the top coming from NXT. Everyone loves NXT. Is it going to go? Everyone loves the fact that NXT is still around. I mean, when they first started, nobody knew how this was going to work. Was it going to be like tough enough and have like 1 or 2 seasons and then just fall flat? No, NXT has been working ever since it first formed. ever since it first formed. It's truly amazing what the WWE did with this. How much talent that's coming from NXT and making the main roster, Raw and SmackDown, a lot better. And this time last year, think about this. Just think about this. This time last year, the WWE NXT brand was built around guys like Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Neville, Becky Lynch, Charlotte, Sasha Banks, and then they're all in WWE right now, and they're all doing great. Those, 6, 7 people that I just named are, they're talent. They're the main talent, I think, in my mind. Those are the people, those are the guys and girls, the superstars that people come and pay. I'm god awful sick of seeing guys like John Cena and Randy Orton always in the main event, and I'm loving the fact that we're seeing guys like Kevin Owens, guys like Sami Zayn, Bray Wyatt, in the main event. I love the fact that we're seeing awesome feuds between Charlotte and Sasha Banks. I love it, and so do the fans. But here's the thing, and this brings back to the original topic of debate, the original question: is NXT going to die? Are they going to survive the draft? Is NXT going to lose the big names that are on their brand right now? Guys like Finn Balor, guys like Mr. Nakamura, who's been praised by so many and is becoming one of the most popular wrestlers, not only in NXT but around the world. Guys like Samoa Joe. The list goes on. Rude, Austin Aries. Might have butchered that name, I apologize. But all those guys, and here's the thing. The WWE they're having trouble getting more indie guys, because how are you going to fill your NXT roster with indie guys when all these indie promotions like Ring of Honor, like New Japan Pro Wrestling, are being very overprotected about their superstars now? Because they are. It's no surprise. They've come out and said that they are overpaying to retain their superstars as we speak. The WWE is having so much trouble getting guys like the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, Red Dragon, Ricochet. They're having trouble because these indie promotions that they're a part of are overpaying them just to retain them, because they don't want to lose their talent, which is great as a business standpoint, but bad for the WWE standpoint, and the fact that the WWE has to make up for these NXT guys that are going to be drafted to Raw and SmackDown. To make it worse, if NXT stars like Bayley and Asuka gets drafted, now NXT is really going to be deprived of not only their main roster of NXT, but their divas, their women's roster of NXT. This could be bad. And the WWE and their bigwigs, I guess you can call them, their bookers, their writers, every one of them, their top high guys, they need to come together and they need to just think to themselves, if we lose all our NXT guys and if we bring them up to Raw and SmackDown, what is NXT going to consist of? Because they're having trouble getting indie talent. What are you going to do? It is really important that the WWE they need to go out, and I think they need to get some of their talent that they've had. And the thing is, it doesn't matter how old they are. Guys like Jeff Hardy. We know Kurt Angle might be coming back at SummerSlam. Even bring back Matt Hardy, Carlito, MVP. All those guys, doesn't matter how old they are, I think they need to be brought back just so we don't have to take all these guys from NXT, just so we have an NXT. If you ever watch an episode of NXT, it's phenomenal. It is tremendous. The crowd is into it. It's great wrestling. The storylines are pretty good. It's the chain wrestling is amazing. Everything about it is great. The best part about it is the crowd is into it. The crowd is much into it rather than a WWE event. I love it. The chants that go on, everything is great about NXT. I don't want to lose NXT. I'm sure you guys don't want to lose NXT. Every fan out there don't want to lose NXT. The WWE doesn't want to lose NXT because then you're taking revenue and you're taking money out from the WWE network, because most people go on the WWE network just to watch pay-per-views and NXT events. Yeah, you'll get those people that will go on there and watch WWE programming. I'm not one of those guys that watch the WWE programming. I think the WWE programming is god awful. Swerved is awful. Camp WWE is awful. This whole Mick Foley series that they're doing is awful. The Stone Cold podcast is alright. But it's not enough to save the company if NXT goes away. And they can't let that happen. We need to get more guys into the main roster. We need to save NXT. We need to keep NXT alive. And here's the thing. Here's the kicker. Here's the end. If NXT does survive the draft, now we're talking, is Raw and SmackDown going to survive the draft? Because if you don't take your NXT stars, we're going to see the same talent. We're going to see boring matchups. We're going to see the Big Show versus Kane. I don't want to see the Big Show versus Kane. Love them to death. Great talent in the WWE, 15 years ago. They just can't do it anymore. So if NXT survives the draft, will Raw and SmackDown survive the draft? And I don't have an answer for that, guys. I don't have an answer for that. It's a good topic of debate, guys. Feel free to drop a comment in the comment section on how you feel that the WWE is going to handle this. And let's move on, guys. What had JBL hopping? What had him mad on Twitter? We all know what happened in Dallas, Texas, with the shootings and everything. Well, it got JBL mad to the point where he went on Twitter and he wrote himself a blog. I've never seen JBL that vocal on social media, and it was great of him. I applaud him 100 and thousands and millions. I applaud him, guys. He went out. He said an earful. I loved it. We don't all condone this kind of stuff, this crap. And what JBL said, basically, it doesn't matter what color you are. It doesn't matter what color you are. No one should be doing that kind of stuff like that. And he basically called the guy with a gun an idiot. And the thing is, he got so much respect on it. He got so much. I haven't seen so much respect going towards JBL in a long time. And in fact, some of the comments were kind of cool on Twitter. Some of the tweets about it. I will always hate you, JBL, but I respect the hell out of you. Your gimmick was terrible, but I respect the hell out of you. It was terrific. And we all need to realize, with this day and age, in this world, how much stuff can go on, how much bad stuff can go on. Of course, social media can blow everything up. The internet can blow everything up. But, I applaud JBL on doing this. It was great of him. If you guys haven't seen it, you guys can just easily go on his Twitter. You can even you can go read the blog yourself. Just some of the things he said. I'm trying to remember what he said. Don't quote me on this, but he wanted everyone to realize that all police are not bad because some police are not. all Muslims are bad because, a tiny percentage of Muslims are bad. Not all Southern white Christians are bad because there's some Southern white Christians. It just goes on. Young black kids, they're not all bad because some young black kids are bad. All immigrants are not, I believe, killers and rapists, he said, because there's some of those people that are. Just some of the things he said was just terrific. He called the shootings in Dallas despicable, which is a very strong word. We don't hear that word as often as we do as other words. And he went on to end it with I'm looking at it now. I just brought it up. Do hashtag Black Lives Matter? Absolutely. Do hashtag Blue Lives Matter? Absolutely. Do hashtag All Lives Matter? Absolutely. Do I care if you support one cause over another? No, because they all need support because we are in this together. We must rise up, not down. And he ended it by putting in a video of John Cena that's entitled "We Are America." If you guys haven't seen it, it's probably on YouTube, all over YouTube. Just overall compassionate, just overall respect that JBL has. And, I don't always agree with him, but I respect him. He is an honorable man, and we really should be blessed about all the cops out there. If it wasn't for the cops, who knows what this world would be at. Of course, there are some bad ones, but trust me, there's a lot more better cops than bad cops. There's a lot more good cops than wrong cops. So God bless JBL for what he said, guys. Moving on. How was SmackDown last night? If you didn't watch SmackDown, sorry, I'm about to spoil the main event. But the main event, we saw Chris Jericho versus Sami Zayn in the main event. And also on SmackDown, the Brock Lesnar versus Randy Orton SummerSlam announcement was advertised. And you guys knew that because I posted a video of Brock Lesnar's opponent released. If you guys saw that, thank you. SmackDown drew 2.2 million viewers. I believe that was up. Yeah, it was up 8% from last week, which last week drew a little over 2 million viewers. Not bad. Of course, last night SmackDown was number 15th for the night in viewership. And guys, let me say, I'm not looking at any screen right now. I'm remembering all this for you guys. I'm bringing this content for you. So make sure you give me some respect. But anyway, SmackDown was number 15 for the night in viewership. Mainly probably because of all the news programming that were covering the shootings in Dallas. Also, there were shootings in Baton Rouge and Minnesota. Let's not keep those guys out. There were shootings in there. SmackDown was tied for number 3 for the night. And it was actually tied, I believe, European football on ESPN, and also they were tied with CNN tonight, 2 airings of CNN tonight. So overall, a pretty good show. I enjoyed it. I like SmackDown way more than Raw for some reason, and that changes every day. I don't know why, but it was cool because they start SmackDown out with Seth Rollins versus Seth Rollins match, and then Dean Ambrose was the guest ring announcer. It was pretty good. It was good. It was a good watch. I enjoyed it. But SmackDown did good. And guys, moving on, let's go to the WWE stock. As you know, the stock market released, the reports released today. The WWE stock was up 1.72% today, closing at $19.51 per share. The high today was a little under $20. I believe it was $19.82, and then the low was $19.27. So overall, a good day. The stock was doing good. SmackDown's ratings doing good. Everything went well. And guys, I appreciate you stopping by on the best show on YouTube, guys. This is the 2 Count. I am Richard Roberts. Feel free to drop a like, guys. Subscribe if you're new, guys, and please follow the show at Stats Hats Coffee. I am Richard Roberts, and y'all have a good night.